important thing in the world. Not really, but it is. Very important. All right. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. So, Evan, what are you doing? What are you staring at? Put that away. All right. We're going to be very repetitive in this packet, but we just want to jam that information in your brain. All right. Here we go. The cost of 5 cereal boxes is $10. What is the cost of 1 cereal box? Yep. So divide. What number goes inside? 10. What number goes outside? 5. That's pretty easy, right? Okay. So my answer is 2. This is called your unit price. So my unit price is $2 per box. Okay? The math is pretty easy, right? Everyone should know how to divide 10 divided by 5, right? I'm not worried about that. We're more worried about this answer. It's called the unit price. Can also be called the unit rate. But since we're dealing with money, it's called the unit price. Meaning how much is it per unit? Per box of cereal is $2. If I buy 1 box, it's $2. What about 2 boxes? 4. What about 3 boxes? 6. What about 4 boxes?
8.
What about 5 boxes? 10. So does the price change? I'm sorry. No. Does the price per unit change? No, it's still $2, right? So that's the big idea of this whole packet, is that your prices don't change. It's at a constant rate. Okay. Okay, this is the most important thing in the world. You have to determine what is X, what is Y. What does X represent in your word problem? What does Y represent in your word problem? Question, concern? No? No? Oh. Okay. Your X is your Jeffrey. Your 1 quotation. No, I'm not picking on you. I'm just relating it back to the notes that you were giving me a hard time on. So your X is the, what are you solving 1 of? Quotation marks. So what are we solving 1 of? Box. So X is your box. What is Y? Money. Cost. The amount. Okay? So you know how yesterday I was being like really picky on like, what are you solving 1 of? What are you solving 1 of? Remember? Right? Even to the point of being annoying. It's my job. Y, X will always represent, this is important. X will represent what you're 1 of that you're solving. So a lot of you were able to tell me, oh, we're solving for 1 cereal box. That represents your X. Okay? It's super important that now you make the connection of, oh, when she says solving 1 of, she's really talking about my X. All right? All right. So now we're going to fill in the table. If I buy 0 boxes of cereal, how much is that going to cost?
0.
Good. 0, 0 is your best friend. If it's not 0, 0, we have an issue in 7th grade. In 7th grade, our goal is to get 0, 0. If it's not 0, 0, we have problems. If I have 1 box, how much does that cost? 2. What about 2? 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Yeah.
38.
Right, because I skipped to 10. You see how I skipped? So what am I doing, just in case you don't know, what am I doing to this number to get to this number?
Multiplying it by 2.
All the way across, right? Why? Because our unit price is 2. So if our unit price is 2, I'm multiplying all my X's by that number to get to your Y's. So times 2. This is a very important day in your math career, okay? So I'm glad everyone's here to listen to it live, but I am also recording it. All right. Now we're going to graph it. So this is my X axis and this is my Y axis. What does my X axis represent? Cereal boxes. What does my Y represent? Cost in dollars, right? So we label our X's and our Y's. Our X is boxes, our Y is cost. All right. 99% of the time. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Rewind. Do you see how you're creating this table? It's not pre-filled in, right? When you get to do your table, your graph, when you guys get to do your graph, this is the easiest way to do this. Your X, go by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead. This is if you're creating it. Now, do you guys sometimes get graphs that are already numbered? Mm-hmm. Well, then you follow that. But if you're the one filling in the numbers, on X, go by 1. Okay? Does anybody take a wild guess what I want to go up by on the Y?
2.
Yes. On the Y, go up by your unit rate. If you're the one creating it. Before I explain it, does that make sense to you why I would go up by my unit rate?
No.
Okay, let's do it. 2, 4, I'm just going to follow this. 6, 8, 10, 12, oh, not 20, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, and this goes up to 8, 9, 10. This is if you are filling out the numbers. Now notice my numbers go on the lines. They don't go in the middle of the boxes. That's important. All right. What do I do next? Graph it. What are my points? What's my first point? 0, 0. So can you graph 0, 0 before I do?
Yeah.
Graph 1. What's my next point?
Wait, what do you do with 7, 8, and 9, 10? Oh, we just filled it out.
I just went in, like I just filled it out. I start using my table, but my table skipped, right? Yeah. It jumped to 10. All right. Okay, so let's graph them. Stop. Stop. So I'm going to graph these. These are ordered pairs. 0, 0. 1, 2. 2, 4. 3, 6. 4, 8. 5, 10. 6, 12. Whoops, 6, 12. 10, 20. So 10 all the way to 20. These are my dots for my table. Could I fill in these dots? I could. I mean, what would 7 be? 14. What's the cost of 8 boxes? 9 boxes? 18. Did you graph them?
So we don't have to do the 3 numbers, right?
The 3 numbers? What do you mean?
The 7, 8, 9.
No, you don't. But when you use a ruler, you'll end up doing them. So we're going to take a ruler, because this is super important. You're going to connect your dots. Now, they should go in a straight line. If they don't, there's something wrong. In 7th grade, we want your graphs to start at 0, 0 and be a straight line. In a couple of days, maybe, I'll teach you what happens when they don't and we got like red flags. Buzzer is going off. There is something wrong. In 7th grade, we want them to start at 0, 0 and be in a straight line. If you have, I'm going to make a mistake. I'll do it in pencil so I can erase it. If you have a dot over here that's not going to make a straight line, we got issues. Either 1, you're wrong, or 2, there's something fishy going on. And we have to investigate. All right.
So do you just add those extra dots to make the line?
Well, if I didn't add these dots and I were to just connect it and add this dot because it's 10, 20, it would still cross these dots. It would. Okay? Next problem, I won't graph all the dots so you can see it. Okay, number 1, question. What does the point 1, comma, what's my NISI number? 2 mean in the context of the problem? Okay, I see this question every year. Okay? And you'll realize how easy it is. Okay, context of the problem. What does that mean? In our story. that we told up here. Okay, so what does the point 1, comma 2 mean in the context of the problem?
$2 per box.
Yes. Yeah. What does the point 1-2 mean in the context of the problem? 1-2, where do I see that? I see that on my table, 1, 2. I see that on my graph, 1, 2. So, and you gotta like type this out in a complete sentence. So, what does 1, comma 2 mean in the context of the problem? What does the 1 stand for? So, 1 box. Who can finish it out?
Is $2.
1 box equals $2.
I'm going to say cost $2. But is it okay if you type in what the two things that Jeffrey may say? Yes, because they both kind of mean the same. But so you have to be like literally telling me what does 1-2 comma 2 mean? 1 box costs $2. Okay? That's what they want to know. They don't want to know, oh, 1-2 means 1 or comma 2. No, they want to know, what does the 1 mean? Oh, 1 means box. What does 2 mean? Oh, 2 means the cost in dollars. Okay, so 1 box costs $2. Period. And that's it. That's all you have to do. But this is like...
Wait, why did you write $2 instead of just putting a 1 for the 1 box?
Because you always start the sentence spelling out a number. It's proper English. So when you write out and your sentence starts with a number, you always spell out the number. If a number, it's actually, if it's more than 10, you always spell it out. If it's less than 10, you can write the digit if it's inside your sentence. So I had 5 apples. I can just type in the number 5.
But what if it's like at the end?
You only spell it out at the start of your sentence. Okay, what does the point 0, 0 mean in the context of the problem?
0 boxes cost $0.
You might be like, why do I have to write this? I see it every single year. 0 boxes costs $0. Consider it like one of those like easy questions. Like, yes, I got an easy question, but it's points. Consider it that. Angel, you copying this down? Making it better? Okay, what does the point blank, comma, blank mean in the context of the problem? That means your teacher's going to fill it out. Huh? It does bother you, doesn't it? Okay, there you go. Is that an O, Miss Lamelli? No, it's a 0. Well, why don't you spell it out? Oh, I can never make everybody happy. What does the 3, 6 mean in the context of the problem? What does 3, 6 mean? What is 3?
Boxes cost $6.
Awesome, write it down. Like I said, these questions are going to be kind of repetitive, but it's kind of like when you learn how to multiply your facts, you had to repeat it over and over and over and over. So this is it. I'm going to repeat this over and over and over and over until you get it.
You have to write it in words or...
3 boxes cost $6. Okay, so in English, proper English, make sure you spell it correctly. When you start a sentence with a number, no matter what kind of number it is, you spell it out. Okay? Am I going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to take off a point if you don't spell it out?
No.
Yeah. No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, she's gonna
But
do
the
that.
other day, some of the numbers didn't start with spell.
Right, so here we're just writing answers. We weren't here I started writing them in complete sentences. Ish. They're not really super complete, but whatever. So we're moving up to like level 2, Andre. Level 2 requires us to be more formal. You know, it's what we do in that.
The English language is so confusing.
Correct. It's the hardest language. Well, it's not the hardest language. All right, page 4, página 4, page 4, page 4, page 4.
Oh, you know how to speak Spanish? No.
Edwin, Eddie, don't do that.
Spanish many times
Many.
in the class.
Okay,
This is like
the cost of 4 notebooks is $10. What is the cost of 1 notebook? 1 notebook. All right, so we're in divide. What number goes inside the box? 10. What number goes outside? 4. All right, divide that out, please. Good. What is the unit priced with the units?
$2.5 per notebook.
Thank you.
Bless you. We were busy writing. Divide it out.
No, I fixed it.
All right. How many times does 4 go into 10? 2 times 8, just to show you the work. All right, 2.5. So in here, the unit price, $2.50 per notebook. Okay, we got to put some units behind there. All right, what does X represent?
Notebook.
Write it down. What does Y represent? Cost in dollars. So whatever you're finding one of, what are we finding one of? Notebook, that represents your X. Okay? All right, so if I buy 0 notebooks, it's going to cost me $0. What about 1 notebook? 2.5. What about 2 notebooks? All right, I'm going to be quiet. You're going to fill out the rest. Don't, I skipped on the last part, so be careful. I jumped to 8. Give you guys a couple seconds to, what am I wanting you to do? Add 250 plus 250 plus 250 plus 250. All right? 250 plus 250. Are we adding 250 plus 250 plus 250? And careful on the last one. Literally, if you need to go over here and go, okay, 5 plus 250, cool, plus 250 plus 250, that's cool. Whatever you need to do. I just need answers. So you're adding 250 plus 250 plus 250. All right. So what's the cost of 3? 4? 5? 6? And 8. So how do they trick you? They skip. They skip. That's how they trick you. All right.
Wait, how do you plot 2.5?
Okay. No.
We put 2.5
No. First off, let's label. What does X represent? What is what? Cost in dollars? Because sometimes it's in pennies. No, it's not. Okay, are you the one creating this graph?
Yes.
Yes. So if you are the one creating this graph, on your X, I want you to go up by 1s. Because you're the one labeling. This is what I mean. I'm going to turn to page... Okay, on page 16, you don't have to turn, but do you see how I already created the graph for you and numbered it? So you have to use my numbers. Here, you're going to plug in the numbers, right? You are going to label this by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you're in charge of doing this, do me the favor, X will go up by 1s. Your Y. What am I going to go up on the Y?
2.5.
Yes. That way there's no concern of where does 2.5 go? In the middle, a little here, a little there? Nah, you're in charge of this, so therefore you are going to plug it in as your unit rate. Whatever your unit rate is, that's what you're going by. And you already did the work. It's on your table, right? You already did the work. So you just copy the numbers. All right, I'll stop at 25. And make sure they're on the line. It's kind of hard because they're, they're kind of squished in there. But do you guys see? I'm the one in charge, so I'm going to go up by the unit rate. Okay? If you get a graph that's already numbered, then you might have to put 2.5 in the middle of the square, which sucks, but whatever. Literally, I copy these numbers here. And then I just kept adding 2.5. Okay? All right, let's graph. 0, 0, 1, 2.5, 2, 5, 3, 7.5, 4 is 10, 5 is 12.5, 6 is 15, 8 is 20. Oh, I skipped it. Right? We're going to use a ruler. That's why I passed out rulers. I'm going to connect my dots. Arrow at the end. Does anybody know why I put an arrow at the end? It goes on. Just because our graph stops here does not mean that the problem stops, right? So Edwin, can you tell me how much 100 boxes would cost?
$40.
Oh.
100
No.
100 bucks. Wait, 100 notebooks?
Yeah, notebook, sorry.
100 notebooks would cost $250.
Correct. Okay. What does the 0.1 comma 250 mean in the context of the problem? So what does the 1 mean? One notebook. One notebook cost $2.50. That's what 1 comma, that's what this point means. Okay? What does the 0.00 mean in the context of the problem?
0 notebooks cost $0.
0 notebooks cost $0. What does the point? Okay, I'm gonna circle this point. What does this point right here? What does that point mean in the context of the problem? So sometimes they'll just give you a graph and they'll circle it and they'll ask you, what does this mean in the context of the problem? And they won't give you a word problem. So how do I figure out what this point means? I look at the words here and this word here. That's why it's important to label. So this point means 6 notebooks cost $15. It's that easy, in my opinion. Like, if they give you this and everything's labeled, you just go, oh, 6 notebooks is $15. So I'm going to write that down, number 3. 6, 15. So 6 notebooks cost $15. Am I asking you the same question every single problem? Yes. Yes. Because we're going to have to practice. Now, if someone were to just walk in super late right now, walks in and looks at my paper, and they go, oh my God, this is so hard. I can't do this. But you've been with me this whole period. Is the math hard? No. It just looks very intimidating. It looks like we did a lot of work. Like, wow, you're graphing. You're doing a table. You're doing unit price. Like, wow, you're answering these questions. It does. You know, it really does. It looks hard. Oh, decimals. Oh, I can't do decimals. They're too hard.
You
No
could
way.
walk up to a little kid and you could be like, look at how hard this is.
Right. But we know, and I know, it's not. Especially if you've been paying attention. Right? And that goes... never mind. I was going to say, that goes for everything. Let's see. What do I want to do with you? Let's do uno más. One more. I think we can do one more. I think especially on the second problem, you're realizing, oh, I kind of get this now. So let's see how much we can do on our own. Do not go beyond page 5. Page 5 is the last page for today. If you want to work a little bit faster than me, just do page 5 a little bit faster than me. Label your X, label your Y, label your table. The cost of 6 pounds of apples is $3. What is the cost per pound? So which number goes... Wait, hold on. I'm going to give you some 30 seconds to think about it. And then I need you to write something down inside here. Read it. So whatever you're solving one of goes outside. Whatever you're solving one of is your x.
45.
What are we solving one of? Pound. So that means this is my x. Pound is my x. Because I'm solving one of, right? What is y? Cost. We do a lot of money at the beginning because it's a lot easier to understand when we talk about money than like paint and walls from yesterday. All right. What number goes outside the division box? 6. What number goes inside? 3. What do kids want to do? They want to invert it, right? They want to put the big number inside. Doesn't work always out that way. It doesn't always work out that way. All right, does 6 go into 3? No. Decimal, 0. Does 6 go into 30? 5 times 6. 30. Okay, so how much money is this? 0.5, which is 50 cents. So 50 cents, what? Per pound. Okay? How much is 0 pounds going to cost me? 0. Super important. 0, 0 is huge in 7th grade. If it's not 0, 0, we have issues. We'll discuss that in a couple more days. Okay, can you fill out the table? 50 cents. Add 50 cents each time. 50 cents each time. You guys can do it. Again, if you can work faster than me, go ahead. Yes, I always try to trick you. All right, so 2 is $1, $1.50, 2, 2.53, and what is 12? 6.
We have to put 12 on here.
No, you can. You only fit what you can.
Okay.
You do something similar in 8th grade, but you fill out tables in 8th grade, but they don't always start at 0, 0. So in 8th grade, they no longer start at 0, 0. In 7th grade, we want to keep them in 0, 0.
How would you do if it started off as like $4 and then like £7 or something?
Yeah. Well, you would. That's not the unit rate. You would still solve for 1. So if you have 4 pounds of $7 or vice versa, you still would have to solve for the 1. If the graph doesn't start that way, in 7th grade you would still solve for the 1. The whole idea in 7th grade is to solve for the 1. Oh, in 8th grade, yeah, it's weird. It's different. I mean, by the end of the year, I will be teaching it to you, just like a preview. By the time you leave me, I'll give you a little preview of it. But this is like level 1 compared to what you're doing in 8th grade. All right, what does the point? No, because this is huge in 7th grade. Yes.
You know how 1, when you have something after it, is not going to be plural? Like, not 1 pound is only 1 pound?
Right, but 0.
Why 0 pounds?
I know. I thought of that too.
0 pounds?
Every year I think about that. You should ask your English teacher. 1 pound costs 50 cents.
Why do you just put cost instead of cost? Like with the S at the end.
I don't know. I don't know.
First one, Ellie?
Yes.
1 pound.
It could also be, the answer could also be written in 57.
Correct. So then you would use this symbol.
The dollar sign go in the front and the cents go in the back.
Yep. It's one of my pet peeves when kids write the dollar sign in the back. But we're not here to discuss that.
One of my pet peeves.
Okay, can you tell me what this point means? And I'll zoom it in. And you can fill it out in number 3. What does that point mean?
3 pounds cost 1.50.
Yes. So write it in number 3. Fill in the numbers where the blanks are. Which reminds me, which number do I fill in first? Yes. So the bottom number is first. So 3, 1.5. All right. Write your. Oh wait. Write your sentence while I pass out the homework that I don't even know where it is. Three, 1.5. What does the 3 represent? Eventually, I'll figure out what page I want. Can you pass in the ruler? Do we need more homework? Yeah. Rulers to the front. Stay dry. God, I tried to clean this up.